Have you considered the differences between women in the Bible and women in the Quran? Well, today we will consider some of what the Quran and the Hadith has to say about the status of women in Islam. Surah 4:34 says that men are the managers of women. It continues that men have authority first to admonish those who show bad conduct, to then refuse to share their bed, and then to beat them. Writing about this verse, Al-Tabari says that men are in charge of their women in chastising and restraining them. Sahih Bukhari wrote that women are deficient in intelligence and religion. And one Islamic jurist and scholar taught that women should not be allowed in all of the rooms and should not be taught how to write. He continues with this: constantly tell them no, because yes tempts them to ask a lot. In other sources, women are reduced to the level of animals. For example, in Sahih Muslim, we read that 3 things corrupt prayer: women, dogs, and donkeys. And polygamy is taught, with the caveat that men must treat their wives equally. Yet, Surah 2 verse 129 speaks of the inability of men to do so. In the same surah, we read that men are permitted to approach their wives sexually however they please, as one approaches farmland, as a tilth, and they must purify themselves after being with a woman. In marriage, women are inherited as a possession, and they are forced to go through arbitration to divorce their husband. Meanwhile, men can divorce their women simply by saying talaq 3 times. And if a man regrets the divorce, he can only remarry her if she first marries another man, consummates the marriage, and is then divorced. One disturbing aspect is that the Quran permits Muslim men to take sexually those non-Muslim women they capture, including those already married. Even more disturbingly, Surah 65 verse 4 includes prepubescent girls in the instruction to observe a waiting period of 3 months. Indeed, Surah 33 verse 50 reveals that any believing woman could offer herself to Muhammad. Also in Surah 33, Muhammad was easily annoyed, and permission was needed to enter his house, in which his wives had to engage from behind a screen. And verse 52 reveals that there was no limit to the number of slave women he could take sexually. Sadly, it is clear from a brief look at the Quran and Hadith that women are demeaned. Men are regarded as a degree above women. A woman's inheritance and testimony in Islam is worth half that of a man. Disturbingly, Muslim men are given a license to take sexually any non-Muslim females they capture, including young girls and women already married. As always, we provide sources in the description box. Next time, we will look at what the Bible has to say about women in terms of their redemptive value before God, and what it has to say about the role of women in marriage and in the home. The female characters mentioned by name in the Bible were not special because of any qualities they possessed. Instead, they were special because of their Creator, the God whom they worshipped. He is all-powerful, and He redeemed them through Jesus' work on the cross for sinners and conformed them to His image. Perfection is God's standard. So, a perfect sacrifice was needed to pay the price for sin. You too can be forgiven by transferring your trust from your flawed good works to trusting in Jesus. Jesus is the only one who can rescue men and women from God's judgment because He is perfect and we are not.